Well, all right, everybody. David Nuno here, TexAgs Rewind. Not a lot of comedy in this one. Just going to tell you what's going to be on the show because, I got to go. I got to get to the airport. Go hour. We had our final thoughts about A&M versus Auburn. Got a lot of thoughts. Some good, some bad. Some it is what it is. How's the offense going to look? How different will it look with Connor back in the helm there? And squatting with no shoes with the conversation. Look, sometimes people got to do things that may seem weird to you. You just do it because it's what you're supposed to do. And we can get into that at a different time. The final countdown, Steve McKinney was not here. He was off on assignment, but we had Seth McKinney here and Billy. It is TexAgs Rewind.
But Auburn, I think, is going to be more mentally into it because of the Cadillac Williams change. That said, I think A&M has more big play potential in this game than Auburn. And I look at the receivers, and I look at A-Chain. So I'm going to go with A&M.
Yeah, I'm going with A&M too. And look, maybe I have the maroon goggles on, and I've had it all in my entire life. I think A&M is a better football team than Auburn. I think A&M's got the better quarterback, and I think A&M's got the better running back. And look, I get they're both really
the running backs are different, but really good. A&M, get this. A&M might actually have the better offensive line in this game.
They might have the better offensive
especially
line.
now that Troxell got hurt and he's out for the year.
What I worry about is Auburn's defensive line getting after Connor.
I would worry about that too, and therefore I would be moving the pocket, and I'd be rolling out, and I'd be quarterback draw, and I'd be doing some things to screens to slow down that pass rush.
Yep.
Because I think I think they're going to move the ball and score some points on Saturday. I don't know that they're going to win. I think they are going to win a close one. But, if they go out there and don't score, then that'll be a real red flag for me.
Well, if they don't win, then I hate saying it, but the season's over.
Well, I think it's over. There's one way the season's not over. I mean, it's over. When you came into a season ranked number 6 and you're desperate to win number 6, you're as disappointing a football team as there is in the country this year. There's nothing more disappointing than Texas A&M football this year.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but at this point, who is? Name me a program more disappointing.
There isn't.
There's not. I mean, it really is. All the crap everyone said about A&M, they lived down to it. Even the people that wanted to see A&M fail and wanted to see them fall flat on their face and wanted to see the Aggies and Jimbo Fisher and us that talk about it and people on Twitter, they all wanted to see A&M fail, and that's exactly what the Aggies have done, and they've done it even more spectacularly than those people in their wildest dreams would have ever hoped. So there's one hope for this season, and there's one thing that could happen this season that would make people outside of College Station go, that was fun this year watching them flail around and fail, but
I see where they're going.
There is something around the corner that we may want to enjoy this while we can. It has to go like this. You have to beat Auburn. I don't care if it's 14-13, 45-44. You have to beat Auburn. Obviously, come home and win next week. You have to beat LSU. I'm not saying it's the end of all time. If you lose either or both of those games, it's just a sorry end to a sorry season, and you turn the page and you move forward. What I've allowed my company that we, Brandon, Josh, Hunter, and I worked, from day one, what I've allowed it to turn into at the gym. I walk in there the other day, and this is what I see. Mm-hmm. One guy's sleeveless. One guy's got a giant neck roll towel like he's Rocky Balboa in Philly in the 80s. Both of those characters are wearing gloves. Then I see a newcomer to the mix wearing not one, but one sleeveless shirt on top of another sleeveless shirt.
The double sleeveless?
Double sleeveless, black and white over black. With looks like Bull Hurley from Over the Top. Another Rocky movie.
The
I got a
best.
bunch of Rockies running around. in here.
Stallone.
You look like Stallone from like Rocky 3.
More Rocky 1. He was jacked.
Rocky 1, no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You're
Rocky
right.
3, he was like leaned out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you got, so I've got those. Maybe I'm Rocky 5. What's the one where he's just like the bum? He's
Tommy
just kinda-
Tommy Gun?
Yeah, I'm that one.
You're Rocky 5.
But at least I'm dressed appropriately. And the other guy, you, are taking his shoes off to do squats because the 1/4 inch difference changes your life, I guess. So I don't know what's happening. Then McKinney's in there with a ball like Dr. Evil rolling around to massage his chest.
That's a great idea.
And carrying around a giant bag with bands and cables and all this crap that nobody uses. So I don't know at what point I let this company down and let you guys down, but I really have. And for that, I apologize. You see TexAgs people walking around in public. I apologize. That's on me.
This coming from the man who's wearing a hoodie backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
Couple responses to that, because I have a retort for everything.
I know.
Gloves, you know the reason. You don't want calluses. Okay? Second thing.
I do.
Yeah, see, thank you very much. The second thing, the sleeveless thing, it is called mind and muscle connection. You want to make a connection with the muscle that you're working on?
Look at it.
Yeah.
What's next? You going to talk to it?
Yeah, there's a conversation. It's like you talk to plants. Yeah, you want to see it grow? That's what you do.
Exactly.
Okay, what was the other thing you said? Sleeveless. Oh, the shoes off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I like technique and I want to do things the right way. You know, some people like to go to the gym and just check the box. I don't. I come with a plan. I stick to it. Should we talk about the Aggies?
You take your shoes off in the gym to squat
In my own
because
little
the
section.
soles of the shoes alter the lift that much.
I guarantee you there's people who go to the gym.
She is the nicest, maybe the nicest person working at TexAgs, and she's.
It's not like I'm going sockless. There's socks on. If you don't have socks on, you're out.
Okay.
That's gross.
Finally, we agree.
I appreciate the compliment, but I'm on David's side of this. I'll take off the shoes if my soles aren't flat enough.
See? Look.
You don't want to be off balance.
I've never seen someone fall down from squatting because they have shoes on.
Maybe
So
not.
there's the biomechanics that I'm not going to bore our audience with.
Hey, I'm sitting in this chair. Oh, hey. Oh my God. If
You
I
hit the
wouldn't have had
deck.
shoes on, I would have been fine. And that was the pitch. Come win a national championship at A&M. We're about to join Georgia and Bama. Well, like you said, that's no longer here. But the talent from that pitch is here, and that's what you have to lean on.
And let's not forget, this year, those guys have been here to watch 600 yards of rushing on A&M.
Yeah.
Anthony Hill was here for part of that.
Yeah,
so
2 games,
So the euphoria of beating Bama and being a part
You're
of
getting
that.
the opposite.
Yeah, you're getting the opposite.
You're getting losing locker rooms when you come to Kyle Field, and that ain't, go look at the list of kids that were here for Ole Miss, Florida, and App State, and they're going in there and compare it to last year when you're beating number 1 Bama, number 11 Auburn, and so the experience isn't the same. And I think the other thing, guys, is there's way too much turnover on the recruiting staff to combine that with what's happening on the field and it to keep rolling. It was like you hired a guy from Georgia in Marshall Malco.
He was good.
The number 1 team, the best team in college football, the best roster in college football.
Mm-hmm.
He helped architect that with Kirby Smart. He came here. It's not a coincidence that they finished number 1. Do kids come here just for the recruiting coordinator? No. Almost probably not one of them came just because. But if you don't think
takes
that's
some forethought to make it all happen.
well, there's someone that organizes it. There's a plan. There's infrastructure. There's a plan of attack. I remember he told me signing day 2021. He said, we're going to sign the number 1 class in the country next year. I really think we can do it. And there was a plan to attack Houston and branch out from there. You can see why he was at Georgia, why he was here. Now he's at Oregon. They're doing great. And it's not just him. It was a team. Like, there was a lot of turnover on that staff. And there's a new group, and nothing against them, but it would almost have to be, then year 1, you're going to need the help of an on-field product too. So the combination of all this newness plus, I'm not excusing it, I'm explaining it. There's a difference. So understand that. You guys that like to do the crap you do, understand what I'm saying. I'm not excusing it, I'm explaining it. You want to know why? You have that product on the field with a ton of turnover on your recruiting staff, you got a problem. Not to mention what's happening in Baton Rouge, the fakeness in Austin, but man, it doesn't matter. It's perception. What they get off of 6-3 with the media, it's crazy.
Let me ask you this:
Game day twice.
Some negativity, but give me one last bastion of hope for recruiting in this class that you can say, hey, there's this potential. Or do you not even have any hope in that?
Exciting, changes made pretty swiftly after the season in terms of the direction you're going to take the offense.
With a quarterback.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a lot out there recruiting wise the rest of the way here, because they got off to a slow start anyway.
And we're just
then
too
Hill,
deep with this.
guys like Shanahan, Hill, and Hicks really started to boost that. There's some nice players in this class, but it's just there's no momentum right now, because on the field you don't give them momentum. And the other thing is, it's like the O-line. What I'm talking about in recruiting, it's like the O-line. Like if you want to give, not excusing, but explaining, why do they stink on the O-line this year? Well, you had a new coach come in. He came in, by most standards, fairly late. He came in. You were without Bryce Foster for multiple games to start the season. Then you had injuries. So you have new coach, new terminology, new style of coaching. I don't think it meshed very well. And then you had injuries. That combination, as you know, is a disaster.
All right, friends, like, comment, subscribe. That's all you got to do. If you do that, good things will happen. If you have, seriously, whoever's watching right now, do you watch it because it shows up on your algorithm? Well, help it show up on other people's algorithm by commenting and liking and also subscribing. Thank you.